Perfect Talk is what it do. It's your guy DJ Playboy back with another episode of the Perfect Talk podcast. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. On this episode, we got to talk about your man Usher. That Vegas residency ended, and we got to give him his flowers. He doing the damn thing. Also, we got to give flowers to Beyonce. She premiered that movie, and she did numbers, y'all. That GTA 6 trailer got leaked. What's going on over there? But it looked like they cooking up some fire. Also, George Santos got expelled from Congress. What's going on in these streets, man? And P. Diddy said enough is enough and dropped a statement. We got that and much, much more. It's the Perfect Talk podcast, baby. Let's get it. Perfect Talk is what it do. It's your guy DJ Playboy back with another episode, man. It's the Perfect Talk podcast. I'm rocking solo dolo for y'all. What it do, man? It's the holiday season. If you haven't started your gift shopping, it might be too late. You might have to get some Walgreens presents for your people. You know what I'm saying? Some Rite Aid or something like that. Them last minute gifts. They come in the clutch though. I've done that a few years. You know what I'm saying? If you've ever gotten some slippers from me, it probably was a last minute Walgreens gift, man. But what else is going on out here, man? I'm feeling good. Life is good. Feeling blessed. So let's take it straight to Plicker's Spotlight Story. And if you're new here, you might not know, but this is where I shine a light on, a story that's been getting some news, some headlines, but might not be the biggest story. Sometimes it is. This time, I thought I had to shine some attention on this, and I might have mentioned this before here on this podcast. Maybe I mentioned it on X, Twitter, what it was called at the time. But for the life of me, I could not understand why black youth was walking around with ski mask on. I know you've seen it in the hood, and it was the summertime when I was wondering this. I'm like, hell no. I get hot, you know what I'm saying, when my hair grow out too much in the summer. I got to, go back to the low Caesar, the dark Caesar or something, you know what I mean? So, I was confused just seeing these guys walk around with full ski mask on. It didn't make no sense. I couldn't get it. And also, this wasn't something we was doing before the pandemic. You walk around with a ski mask on and try to walk in a store, walk in any type of establishment, you might not have walked out. You feel me? So just the trend of seeing that happening was it's a head scratcher for your boy DJ Playboy. And now I'm seeing that a lot of states is like, nah, we not with it. We not getting down with that, yo. You can't walk around just rocking a ski mask, if you ain't know. Philadelphia seems to be the latest city passing a bill banning the use of ski masks in certain areas. But before Philadelphia, there were about 10 other states that were doing it. Georgia and Virginia, it's illegal to wear a mask, hood, or any object that hides any portion of your face, unless it's for medical reasons. In Florida, North Carolina, West Virginia, to wear a mask or any device that conceals a person's identity or covers their face on public property is illegal. In Massachusetts, people cannot wear masks to intimidate or prevent police officers from doing their job with the intent to obstruct the law. And in Ohio and Michigan, it is illegal to wear a mask while committing a crime. And in California and North Dakota as well, it's illegal to wear a mask while committing a crime or to evade arrest or conviction. In Alabama, they call it loitering if a person wears a mask while congregating in a public place. And in New York City and Washington, D.C., they used to have bans, but, when COVID hit, they were repealed. Now, y'all got to let me know in the comments, what is the appeal with wearing these? Are we trying to look like Shiesty? Are we trying to fit a certain rapper image? I don't get it. Like, I don't get why you'd want to walk around like that. Like I said, I'm from the era, if you put that on if you was about to do a crime or something. If not, there was no other reason for it. Now, if you outside, it's cold. Forget it. Back in the day, we used to rock the little half ones, right? That just covered like the lower half of your face. You know what I mean? And it does conceal the identity, but it made sense. You got 15, 20 mile an hour winds hitting your face in the middle of January. Yeah, you're going to need something like that. But you ain't walking in no buildings. You ain't trying to walk into school. These kids are trying to go through the mall. They trying to walk into school with it. They trying to do all types of nonsense and just making people feel weird. Imagine somebody coming on the public transportation rocking one. I'm sure y'all seen it right there if you do rock with the public transportation. So, it's not something that you haven't seen before, but it's like, you don't know what it is. Like, God forbid a white boy walk up wearing one. You might just think, oh, what the hell about to happen here? You might just get off. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but speaking of race, that is the issue that is coming up. Some people are feeling like, yo, this is going to target black and brown people in these communities. Yeah, of course, they the ones rocking it. And I'm gonna let y'all know. Maybe I'm turning 40 next year, so maybe I'm getting too old. Maybe I'm washed. Maybe I can't tell you, but I think it's silly. I think it's a recipe for disaster. I hope it doesn't end up like this, but it seems like somebody's gonna get hurt, whether it's an altercation between youth and the cops, youth on youth, You know what I mean? Person on person, it don't seem like a good way. And then you also gonna take that and then combine it with the amount of like these organized lootings happening in these stores and in bodegas and things of that nature. It's a recipe of somebody catching something that they might not get up from. You know what I mean? So I'm all in favor for it. Whether that makes me Republican plicker, maybe that makes me, you know what I'm saying, old and washed. Maybe I am. But for the youth of America, y'all gonna have to stay away from them shiesties. You know what I mean? Whatever it is, the appeal there. Cause if it's after Pooh Shiesty, if that's where it's really come from, he locked up. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that ain't the path that you should be trying to follow. Especially there's so many other fashion trends that y'all can hop on. Do yourself a favor and make the right decision, man. But at this time, we got to switch it up right now and take it to my other favorite segment, man. And it's called Have You Heard? There's been a lot of things happening in the past couple of weeks. And if you've been paying attention, you might have heard. But if you haven't, your man DJ Playboy is here to update you on game. First things first, man. Diddy said enough is enough. He said, I'm speaking out after his fourth accuser has come forward with some crazy allegations of assault, trafficking against him, his former associate Harv Pierre, and a third person as well. It's not looking great for Diddy, you know what I mean? But he's like, I had enough, and he wrote that in his Instagram post. He wrote, enough is enough. For the last couple of weeks, I've sat silently and watched people try to assassinate my character, destroy my reputation and my legacy. Sickening allegations have been made against me by individuals looking for a quick payday. Let me be absolutely clear. I did not do any of the awful things being alleged. I will fight for my name, my family, and for the truth. Sean Diddy Combs. Now, for y'all who don't know, past couple of weeks have been crazy for your boy Diddy. Back on November 16th, Cassie accused him of sexual assault, trafficking, domestic violence. After he quickly settled that case, two other accusers have come out against Mr. Combs. On November 28th, Diddy stepped down temporarily as the chairman of Revolt, the TV station. And on December 6th, Diddy's fourth accuser came forward with allegations against him, Harv Pierre, and a third individual labeled as third assailant. I'm not sure why Diddy came out with a statement. I'm not sure if his lawyers advised him to do that or maybe advised him not to do that. It was surprising to see that. Because sometimes, you know what I mean, they tell you just be quiet, let this play out in the court of law. You're trying to win the court of public opinion. But, you know what I mean, I guess Diddy got tired of all the 50 Cent posts, of all the memes, of all the jokes out there, and felt like he had to do something. If Diddy is guilty of what he's being accused of, then, you know what I mean, I hope he gets whatever's coming to him. But if it's not, and then you just going through something and really just facing the court of public opinion, my advice, just fall back for a little bit, dog. Go somewhere. Let time play its course, because that seems to be, I was telling somebody earlier, but that seems to be the trend, is that if you take some time away, people tend to forget, and somehow that turns into forgiveness. And I'm saying that with air quotes for the people listening on the podcast, not watching on the YouTube. Y'all need to get over to YouTube and watch though. Yeah, because it really isn't forgiveness, but it just seems like after something's not in the headlines for so many weeks, you know what I mean, that sentiment kind of changes. So we gonna see this one play out. I'm getting tired of reporting on Diddy every week, to be honest with you, because it's like, oh, it's just something new. Full disclosure, I was a huge fan of Diddy when I was younger, when I was a kid, you know what I mean? Of just like the Puff Daddy movement, for y'all who don't know, and in that time in popular culture was huge, you know what I'm saying? My man went from being a producer to just being a superstar to dropping a rap album of his own, you know what I mean? Being part of one of the biggest rap rivalries ever in history, in hip hop's 50 years history, you know what I mean, being a part of that. So definitely trendsetter, definitely somebody that made noise, but it just goes to show you, no matter how talented you are, the way you treat people always comes back. And I'm not saying Puffy's guilty. I'm not saying he's did anything that he's being accused of, but it does speak volumes when there's a lot of people coming out speaking against you and not too many people speaking up for you. Have you heard? This week, George Santos made history by being ousted from Congress. He was let go just due to not only lying during his campaign about some of his background and things that He's experienced, but also some criminal cases started hitting. Federal charges were brought against him of fraud, campaign finance violations, just to name a few. And you know what I mean? Congress had enough. Congress had enough, man. They were like, yo, you got to go. This is, I believe, like the sixth time in history that this has happened. It's been a while since something like this has ever happened. Santos brings up a good point when he was being let go, saying that I'm being expelled from Congress, but I haven't been convicted of any crimes yet. And I think that's a wild precedent to set, to start letting people go, kicking people out before the court of law has played their part. But I mean, in George Santos' case, he's facing some things. You know what I'm saying? 1 count of conspiracy to commit offenses against the United States, 2 counts of wire fraud, 2 counts of making false statements, 2 counts of falsifying records, 2 counts of aggravated identity theft, 7 counts of wire fraud, 3 counts of money laundering, and that's just some of it. You know what I mean? In a second indictment that was brought up against him, they say he was even accused of stealing campaign donors' identities and racking up thousands of dollars in unauthorized charges on their credit cards. George Santos was facing some serious charges, so I definitely could see why Congress felt this was a step they could take. You know what I mean? This was like the 3rd time that they tried to get him out, and they finally got enough votes to do it. But George Santos isn't hurting. They said he is making that guap over on Cameo. He actually was used by Fetterman, I believe, this week to make a Cameo post aimed at Menendez, who's being accused of his own things. But Santos said he's charging $500 a video, and he's brought in more than he would have in a year in Congress. George Santos, in the CBS exclusive interview, was asked, how much money have you made, and are you going to surpass the amount of money you could have made in Congress in a whole year? He was asked. His response, I can tell you that by the end of this week, that is actually factual. I will have made more money in 7 days than I would have made in an entire year in Congress. Now, I'm going to have to see the stats on that, George, because you've been known to lie. You've been known to tell a little fib or two, bro. So let me see the stats before, you know what I'm saying, you out here talking like you an OnlyFans model. I'm getting that guap more than a year that I would get doing that. Yeah, show the numbers. Show the stats. But, I mean, shout out to him if he is. He going to need them lawyer funds, you know what I'm saying? Because change is cool a cop, but more important are lawyer fees. Shout out Sean Carter for that one. Have you heard Beyonce's movie? Like I did that little segue right there from Sean Carter to Beyonce. Beyonce's movie opened up $21 million opening. You know what I mean? She's killing it out here. Her documentary opened in roughly 2,500 theaters. And she beat out the new Hunger Games movie as well as Godzilla. I didn't even know there was a new Godzilla out here. Because Beyonce making all that noise, man. She became the first film in 2 decades to cross the 20 million benchmark for the opening weekend following Thanksgiving. It's been known as a typically slow weekend throughout history. I mean, it's been more than 20 years. It's been about 20 years since it was done. Someone went over the 20 million mark for that weekend. It was Tom Cruise's Last Samurai. Just to let y'all know how long that was. So shout out to Beyonce. Shout out to, Black excellence. She out here killing it. I haven't had a chance to go see the movie yet. I ain't gonna front when it comes to like the concert movies, just because I've been seeing the little viral videos of y'all cutting up. You know what I'm saying? And I seen it with the Taylor Swift concert too. People think they at the concert. You know what I mean? I think I'm gonna have to enjoy both of those movies in the privacy of my own crib, where I can rewind, pause, and I ain't gotta worry about everybody behind me singing and doing all the dances that I don't know yet. You know what I'm saying? I don't know when to mute. I'm gonna be the one talking during the mute part. So you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna catch the Beyonce movie probably when it's streaming. But shout out to Black excellence. Shout out to Beyonce out here representing for the queens. Have you heard that GTA Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer got leaked, son? Yeah, man. Rockstar was planning on dropping the trailer, but they had to drop it 15 hours earlier because somebody dropped the leak, man. That's the room out there anyway. But yeah, they dropped it early. They was like, since y'all already checking it out, why don't we just do the damn thing the right way and put the trailer out there for y'all to see. It's been making noise. Let me show y'all a little bit of it right now. of the big changes that we are seeing this year is that it's a female protagonist. I guess it was something that Rockstar has done in the past, back in the '90s. So you know how you know what I mean. Imagine what the graphics was on that one. But yeah, this one is gonna have Lucia, the first female character in a long time. So we're gonna see what that's gonna bring to the game. They look like they got a little Bonnie and Clyde vibe going on. Rockstar got a gem with this one, man. This is the second highest grossing game of all time, behind Minecraft, I believe. Don't quote me on that one. I'm so old. It probably is the other one, Roblox or something. Let me double check this though. It said GTA 5 was the second best selling video game of all time, following Minecraft. So you know what I mean? GTA 6 got some big shoes to fill, and I think they're gonna do it. The kicker, it ain't dropping to 2025. Like, we on the heels of 24, everybody was hyped, and then at the end of the trailer, they like, yeah, but you're gonna have to wait like another 12 months. I ain't gonna front though. I remember when they did that with what was it, the Michael Jordan documentary, The Last Dance. Actually, no, I'm lying. I was about to say that came quick, but I think they actually moved that up because of the pandemic. Yeah, so Rockstar, move it up. Hopefully something happened. They're going to have to drop it in 24, because I was about to say a year ain't that long to wait, but I'm thinking The Last Dance did drop early. If history serves me correct, maybe I might be messing it up. Things are a little blurry. But yeah, that 12-month wait, it's going to be worth it, though. You know how they do. They never disappoint. Have you heard? Usher's residency in Las Vegas has come to an end. Yeah, I know you guys seen your man Usher getting emotional on stage. Without you sing, let's go. Breaking it down with that "Without You" right there, because he's been doing it for a long time. How long has he been doing the residency for? Now, Usher's residency has been going since 2022. He actually was doing in a different venue since 2021. At this current venue, he's been rocking it since 2022, and it's finally come to an end this December, as he has to get ready for his halftime performance at the Super Bowl. So shout out to Usher, man. A lot of black excellence on this episode, man. And I think what Usher did with that residency was remind y'all about how good he is, how dope he is. Because when you've been doing something for so long, especially since you've been doing it for a child, I think people do tend to take it for granted. And the greatest thing about this Usher residency was he ain't have to go on tour. Y'all came out to him, and y'all got to be reminded about how dope it was, man. I ain't get to see it, so you know what I mean. My opportunities passed, but hopefully, you know, in the future he'll be doing something else, because he said Vegas holds a very special place in his heart, and it's something that he wanted to do. I'm glad Usher's just knocking off goals, because apparently the residency was a goal of his that he wanted to do for a while. Halftime show's another one, so Usher's having one of the best years ever, and he's proving how we should live life, of always setting bigger and better goals and meeting them, you know what I mean, and shattering them. So shout out to Usher. Keep doing your thing, homie. I know that Super Bowl halftime show gonna be dope. And make sure you bring the dance moves, you know, USHER. Have you heard? Something else that ended was the NBA's first inaugural in-season tournament. I remember scratching my head when I first heard about this tournament. Like, what is the NBA trying to do? They know we don't watch until Christmas Day anyway. They got a tournament in the first part of the season. And it proved to be kind of genius. It definitely was exciting to watch. Definitely made games more competitive. And it gave your man LeBron James another opportunity. I don't know if LeBron James is going to get another chip, but he won the first ever NBA Cup. You know what I mean? So the in-season tournament ended with the Lakers defeating the Pacers 123-109. Your boy Anthony Davis was out there bowling. I'm bowling. You know what I mean? LeBron LeBron James took home the MVP. Just it's like, yo, if there's an award out there that could be won, LeBron James is taking it. Yo, the history books is gonna make LeBron James look like he just started basketball because he about to be number one at everything. You know what I mean? And shout out to him, man. Shout out to greatness at his age, you know what I mean? Which is my age, so it makes me feel like shit when I can't get up and hit the gym, you know what I mean? But it definitely also it feels great when I see him do great things. And I'm like, all right, yo, we gotta go. LeBron up here running up and down the court. He dropping crazy. His points per game average still up there. I could go hit the elliptical. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to them. Shout out to the NBA for finding a new way to bring excitement. I don't know how they got players hyped with a monetary thing, but if you think about it, even if you was making millions of dollars, somebody's like, yo, you get a $500,000 for doing what you was going to be doing in in October, November. Anyway, you like, hell yeah, I'll take another $500,000. Holiday season coming up, man. So the winners all got $500,000. The Pacers got $200,000, which isn't a bad consolidation prize, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I mean, shout out to everybody out there, and shout out to Adam Silver and the NBA winning once again. Y'all, that is another episode in the books, man. It's your guy DJ Playboy holding it down for y'all. I love doing this for y'all. I love rocking with y'all, and please keep rocking out with me, man. Check me on social media on Twitter /X at DJ Playboy, on Instagram at Plickapeezy, PLICCAPEEZY. You can also follow Perfect Talk Podcast on Instagram at Perfect Talk Radio. Go check us out right there. Also, go check out the website, www.perfecttalkpodcast.com. Every episode of the Perfect Talk Podcast right there. Everything we got going on in 2024. You know, we only got a couple episodes left in 23, but we are going to be going ape shit in 2024, man. So make sure you stay tuned to the Perfect Talk Podcast. Also, make sure you check us out on Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Google's podcast platform. I'm not sure what it's called nowadays, but it's out there. It's out there. You can find us on there. And most importantly, you can find us on YouTube. Go watch the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? If you like listening to us, you're going to even love watching us even better. You get to see this pretty face. You know what I'm talking about? But also, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit them notifications. And please hop in the comments, because I love hearing from y'all, man. Speaking of which, we got to hit y'all with a comment. I told y'all hop in the comments. I'm going to come read them right here on ear for the people to see. And this week's comment comes from my guy Rolling Stone 3715. He said, "Hey dude, keep putting out videos, man. I really like the content and the way you do it. Respect." I appreciate that, man. I appreciate the love. Yo, you be surprised. You think like comments like that, people on this side of the camera, people on this side of the screen, they probably don't read it, they brush by it. Yo, sometimes when I'm not in the mood to do it, sometimes when I ain't got the energy, sometimes when I'm tired, my daughter need my energy, it be the comments like that that keep me going and keep putting these out for y'all. So thank you so much. I appreciate that, Rolling Stone. And I'm trying to get like you, man. I'm trying to be Rolling Stone. You know what I'm talking about? You feel me, baby? So we just gonna keep it moving. Thank you for the love, man. Shout out to everybody out there. It's the holiday season. It's the time of year where, you know what I mean, you got to give to your fellow man, where you got to help somebody out. Please do it. Please help them out. It'll come right back to you 1,000 times. And like I always love to say, man, spread love. It's the Brooklyn way. Until next episode, man, it's DJ Playboy. I'm up out of here, y'all. Peace.